This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Boy, Benny would love to be here to watch this. This is where he loves to watch a race from. And again, BP is a little under the weather, the car in trouble. Jimmy Spencer.
He goes down the track. Everybody gets by him as he went down across the track, but
it's a two-car accident. The other machine involved would be the 75 of Morgan Shepherd.
Morgan, when Spencer got sideways, Morgan could not go anywhere.
Unfolded.
Everything riding along pretty good there. Here comes Spencer, the yellow car coming in there, and he touches, was that Ricky Craven's car that he touched? And it just shot him right into the outside wall, and Morgan was there and had nowhere to go.
We keep trying to clear the lens, and it won't cleanse because of so much.
They found a combination. Those two cars just seem to work well together.
And a car spinning, you can see from the in-car camera, back up on the banking, that is Jeremy Mayfield.
And the caution is out.
And Lake Speed is also involved with some left side damage on the span, Melling Ford.
Going to be a break for Kenny Wallace.
The pace car has not picked up the leader. Here's what happened to Jeremy Mayfield. Wally Dallenbach and him running close.
Yes, and they get together, and around goes Mayfield. Let's see how Lake Speed gets involved in the deal. He comes, Mayfield spins up the track right in the path of Lake Speed, and Lake had nowhere to go. Nothing he could do but hit him.
Whoa. Well, he kept it on the ground. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You doing billboards? A very scary moment for Bill Elliott. The car got way off of the ground, got airborne. It came down on all fours, and Elliott has stopped the car off of corner number 2 in the backstretch on the inside of the racetrack. Happened to Bill Elliott.
Well, you can see he's already off on the grass, Bob. The car gets up in the air, comes down, bounces around. The deck lid flies off of it. There, finally, the roof flap comes up as he turns backwards.
Then the Pennzoil back out. Pennzoil Pontiac will return to the track.
And there's problems. Dave Marcus has spun and backed into the inside retaining wall on the backstretch.
And in just about the same location that Bill Elliott crashed in a few laps ago.
And boy, this is going to be a tough break for Johnny Benson. He hurries down pit road. Of course, he can't hurry too much. If he can get to that line before the leaders do, he can stay at the lead lap, but he isn't going to be able to do it. Tough break for Johnny Benson. Maybe he will.
Yes, he will.
He did.
Wow.
He got to that line first, so he'll stay at the lead lap.
So he'll not only stay in the lead lap, but he's completed the pit stop, and everybody else will have to come in now.
He will be in the lead.
Here is the replay. Watch right.
Well, he comes out of a pack of cars there. Apparently some contact. Down on the inside, you see one of the roof flaps is already up, and the car stays on the ground and backs into the inside retaining wall, and the front end gets it when it slings it around. The front end gets a lick also.
Those spotters down there, Ned, that we saw with
there are spotters. They on this racetrack they have more than one spotter because the guy who's up in the high position on the main.
There's Robert Prefley side by side. Really beginning to get intense in the Winston Select 500 as we knock off the miles and close in on the finish. The scrambling toward the front of the pack getting even more furious. Marlin, Jarrett, Earnhardt, Robert Presley, and Michael Waltrip across the start-finish line side by side. Now here's Earnhardt looking outside.
Earnhardt looks for an opportunity to make the move. He'll fall back in line.
Can take this kind of intensity for 500 miles, inches apart, better than 190 miles an hour. Any mistake can send you flying into that outside wall or whatever, and they do it all day long. Mark Martin gets sandwiched again back there, this time as they go back to turn 1.
And Martin's into the wall now. Trouble in turn number 1. Mark spins out of control. The whole pack is involved. Cars tumbling through the air, over and on, all twisting around and hit again as it comes back to the bottom of the racetrack in the corner. A savage crash in turn 1. Several cars involved. Mark Martin's car sliding back down the racetrack now, being hit by several others, and we have a pile of cars sitting at the bottom of the banking in turn 1.
Ricky Craven, one of the cars that went up in the air. A lot of damage to to that, Ernie Irvin was involved. We got Jeff Purvis down here. Jeff Gordon with a lot of damage. Rusty Wallace was in the crash. Also the Mike Wallace car. Elton Sawyer still sitting on the apron of turn 2. The Derek Cope car is here. Jeff Bodine's machine is here. Some of those cars now beginning to roll, driving away with a lot of torn up sheet metal, but still sitting on the apron between turns 1 and 2. You've got the car of Jeff Gordon. He's trying to refire that. It's not working. Ernie Irvin still sitting down there. A few others out of our line of sight here between turns 1 and 2.
There will be at least 10 cars that had damage in that spectacular accident that just happened down in turn number 1. Mark Martin kind of got it triggered going there and bounced into that outside wall, then went right down through the middle of the field, slammed into Ricky Craven's automobile, and he went flying up the banking and collected another group of cars, including Jeff Gordon, Ernie Irvin involved in it, again Jeff Purvis involved in it. Looked like Rusty Wallace got a piece of it, Mike Wallace, Elton Sawyer, Ricky Rudd's car badly damaged, Jeff Bodine involved in it, and also Derek Cope.
Marty, by far the most seriously damaged of those cars was Ricky Craven.
Yeah, Mark Martin. Jeff Gordon. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Who is it?
Wow, everything crazy.
A bad crash here at Talladega. Just a very, very bad crash. Mark Martin is involved. So is Rusty Wallace, Brett Bodine, Elton Sawyer. One car overturned in the banking of turn number 1, got up into the catch fence and came back onto the racetrack. I don't know who it was at the moment, but this is a very, very ugly looking crash.
Boy, it just, once it went into that turn, once it started, Bob, there's Ricky Rudd. He was involved. You see a lot of damage to his cars. The cars were running so close together, and once this thing started, I mean, it was just everybody getting involved. Derek Cope, as you say, he was involved. He's trying to get his car back around.
Here it is again. Here it is again. Take a look. It's going to happen up front with Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin running side by side.
Okay, Martin goes a little high there. Gordon gets into him. They both have to back off, and then the jamming up starts, and they get into the wall on the outside. Other starts jockeying around. There's Derek Cope. He thought he got through that for just a moment, but Mark Martin's going to come right back up in front of him. And is that Ricky Craven?
Yes, it is.
Ricky Craven in car number 41 that's flipping over, went up against the outside wheel fence, back down on the track, and was hit again.
Yeah, he got hit again as the car was rolling toward the apron of the racetrack. So Ricky Craven is certainly one that we have a great deal of concern about.
Now they're going to catch Kyle Petty and Bobby Labonte, who are running along at a pretty good clip.
Sterling Marlin and Dale Jarrett first and second.
Here they come up on those two cars.
Bobby Labonte and Kyle Petty.
That might be Jerry's only chance if he can get himself in position when they pass those two cars, is to get in front of Sterling Marlin. Because I said earlier, I just can't believe that one car can pull out and pass another slingshot like we saw years ago.
And for Earnhardt and Labonte and Michael Waltrip and Steve Grissom, the time is running out. 2 laps to go. A little over 5 miles of competition to go, and now the 2 running up front.
Dale Jarrett's going to try to grab a draft on Kyle Petty, but Kyle moves down to the inside of the racetrack out of the way, and the traffic is not going to be a factor.
And now Earnhardt and the others are caught behind this traffic, momentarily at least.
Ooh, some close racing. Chuck Bowen and Bobby Labonte got awfully close together.
There's Dale Earnhardt trying to catch a little bit of a toe off Kyle Petty. They come down through the tri-oval, and the white flag is about to wave for Sterling Marlin.
Earnhardt has definitely gained on him through that traffic situation.
Here we go, the last lap. The white flag is showing. Sterling Marlin and Dale Jarrett go into turn number 1, nose to tail. Dale Earnhardt, several car lengths behind, will probably not be a factor in the win. Although he and Labonte have now hooked up into the draft, and they may come close to Jarrett.
Well, if they do, Jarrett will whichever way he feels Earnhardt's going to go, he's going to try to get in front of him to try to let him push him by.
Now they move into turns 3 and 4.
$100,000 up for Jarrett if he can make
car length advantage as they head for the line. There's the checkered flag. Sterling Marlin wins at Talladega with Dale Jarrett second, then Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte finishing in fourth, and Michael Waltrip fifth. Here's John.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.